The first one that we virtually all have, either 45 states or more, all have this provision in it that says a state cannot, or political subdivision cannot lend its credit to another. And there's several reasons why that's not a problem. It's not unconstitutional to have a bank, in other words. The first one is that lending your credit means letting someone else use your credit. In other words, you guarantee the loan of someone else or co-sign for someone else's loan. That's not the same thing as a bank lending money. So that does not prohibit a bank. The second one is that states and political subdivisions are already lending money, and the courts in our states have held that's perfectly legal. And the third one is if people felt somehow that wasn't legal, which clearly is legal, if it's for a public purpose, again, there's legal authority for saying it would clearly be legal. The second one is a prohibition that's in most of these constitutions against making donations, grants, or entering joint investments or enterprises with private parties. That's, again, not a problem. First of all, banks are not prohibited by these state constitutions. None of them have a provision that says you cannot have a bank. And even Oregon's, when you read it correctly, does not prohibit a bank or a public bank. Secondly, if it's for a public purpose, you can do it. In Colorado, the city of Denver had a plan to keep United Airlines at the Denver International Airport. And they were going to help its business in order to keep it here. And the opposition to that went to the Supreme Court and said, it's illegal. You can't do this. You're supporting a private business. The Supreme Court said, no, it's for a public purpose. And it says it's for a public purpose. It's going to increase jobs. It's going to support the local economy. It's going to bring in new tax money to the city. It's legal. And so that's the law. And that principle has been followed around the country. So that was a very helpful decision. And a public bank is obviously for a very strong, many public purposes and would easily fit into that framework.